And we are live, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Monday morning. Hopefully you've all had a wonderful weekend and you are primed and ready for actual true content that is related to things that have happened in real life in SWGOH and not just us speculating on things because we were actually MIA, but having a lot of fun for me in Disney World. Ram, were you having as much fun in Florida as I was?
No. I'm in Florida, but no, it was... Driving a U-Haul for 14 hours is not fun. Unloading a U-Haul is not fun. Loading a U-Haul is not fun. And moving all set boxes and furniture and then proceeding to figure out which screws go to which bed frame and which couch when they're all just jumbled up in a bag. It's not fun. Moving's not fun, guys.
Let that be a lesson to everybody out there. If you're going to go to Florida, make sure you're going to Disney World, and that's it. No one wants to become a Florida man, guys.
Unless you're Ed.
Yeah.
In which case, he's only a couple hours away from me, and that's scary.
It's still pretty much true. So, but on a more serious note, guys, if you are in here right now, hopefully you have checked out part 1 over on Ram's channel. If you have not already done so, make sure you guys do so ASAP. You can find all that information down below in the link in the video description, everybody. Once you have checked that out, obviously you can come back over here and check out part 2. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get things rolling here, Ram. We had a lot of information dropped in the road ahead, guys. We're going to be focusing in on my part of the video, in particular on the Gungans and Boss Nass himself specifically. So, first and foremost here, guys, we're going to be checking out Boss Nass's kit in a segment that I absolutely love called Making the Grade.
Making the Grade.
Now,
oh, it actually worked.
Oh, yeah, I fixed it, guys. Professional streamers here. So, first and foremost, Ram, we're going to go ahead and do a quick little overview of the kit itself, and then we're going to give the kit a grade, guys. If you guys are unfamiliar with how this works, basically we grade the kit on a scale of A, B, C, D, and F, all of that good jazz, like we're in school, because, you know, I'm a teacher and all that stuff. So, first and foremost, guys, we're going to take a look at his kit. We're going to be looking at his basic first. We're going to skim a lot of this. Obviously, we're not going to give a full-fledged kit reveal here, guys, but you'll get the idea of it. Basically, on his basic, guys, you see what I did there? He's going to do not a whole lot of damage, but he's going to call people to assist as his big thing, and there's going to be a lot of protection recovery. There's going to be a theme here, guys. Protection, recovery, protection, recovery, protection, recovery. It's a big thing. For special 1 that he's got here, there's a lot of dispel included in this and giving retribution to everybody. And once again, people gain protection. They also gain additional benefits based on their role. For instance, attackers, tanks, and supports gain different things. That's very similar to other kits that we've seen. In Special 2, basically what we've got here is he dispels buffs on enemies. So he's going to have that mass dispel. That, I think, is super, super, super good and going to be very beneficial. He also will remove turn meter when he does that, anywhere from 25 to 50% depending on who the opponent might be. In terms of uniques, everything basically is being converted from health into protection. Protection, like I said, is the name of the game here with this character. And in particular, I think survivability with this. He also has, and I think this is the coolest element of his kit, guys, is the shield generator that we have. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But he's going to have a shield generator that really helps the entire faction to be extra tanky and extra tough to kill. In terms of his leadership, you guessed it, they gain more protection. Who would have thunk it? Also, whenever they attack out of turn, which happens a lot with this faction from what it looks like, they're going to gain, or the opponent will get speed down. And then obviously, every time the opponent, your team drops below 50% health, you're gaining bonus protection. If there's a shield generator, then anytime they lose a stack of recharge, Gungan allies gain 1% max protection until the end of the encounter. So again, more protection being gained a lot. We're going to kind of fast forward through here, guys. Obviously, he's a TW character. They gain more protection and speed in TW. You can kind of get an idea on how that works, but he's primarily TW featured. The shield generator, you guys can see the video here. I think this is the coolest aspect of this, Ram. It's taken straight from the actual movie, and it just looks so cool. Basically, what happens here, guys, is they're going to recover a ton of protection, gain turn meter, and have their cooldowns reduced every time this thing uses its basic, which is really powerful. Generator has stacks, continues giving stacks. Basically, a long story of those stacks, long story short, I should say, is they gain a ton of defense. They're immune to crit hits, and they take reduced damage from percent health damage effects. I think we all saw that coming because it's so protection driven. We knew that there was going to be very minimal health based damage with this team. And it's just, it looks to me, Ram, incredibly thick. Where I think I struggle to understand what exactly is going to happen with this kit is where the rest of it's going to come from. But clearly with him, with Boss Nass and this shield generator that we're getting here, it's going to be a massively thick Gungan team. What do you think, Ram, just from the quick overview that we did here, what do you think is something great about him? What do you think something that might be questionable at this point? And are you excited to use him?
Yes, I'm very excited to use him in about 6 months or so, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see whenever I, get him farmable. I mean, Keller and Beck just became farmable, and so. But yes, no. I'm actually.
That's a sore subject, sir.
I really did actually like the look of his kit, the look of his character. Unfortunately, I think the issue that I have with him is the same issue I had ultimately with Jordica, right? That shield is so iconic and so cool looking. It needs to be there permanently 100% of the time until it's destroyed, right? Having it just kind of appear, as cool as it is, having it just kind of appear and then disappear just because the time frame dissipated.
I think it is stack based though. So I have to go back and reread it, but I'm pretty sure it's stack based. So versus time based. So you do need to focus it. So like, I think of it as the boxes. You remember the boxes that we used to have in certain things where you have to hit the box. So I think you do have to go after that shield generator first, if I remember that correctly.
No, yeah, you do. I'm saying for like the look of it, right? That shield, once you hit the ability, that shield kind of,
I got you.
It goes away, right?
So not the generator itself, but the actual shield.
Yeah, the generator is cool in and of itself, right? That's cool. I think the only other cool thing would be to have like the big, massive horse donkey looking thing that they had that the shields were on the back of. But I mean, that's probably taking up way too much of the screen, and they don't have the budget for that. That's okay. It's not a $1 billion game. But no, so his kit looks cool. This is definitely gonna be a very thick team. I mean, we know how promiscuous the Gungans can be. You would think with as much protection as going around, these guys would be infested with STDs because there's just so much protection going around. But no, I mean the kit looks really, really cool. It was fun to play him in the event with Qui-Gon, who got the temporary Gungan bonuses. That was really cool to kind of see all the stuff. So I'm actually, surprisingly enough, I'm actually intrigued as to what the rest of the Gungan faction is going to do and how everything's going to kind of work. Because they look a lot of fun to play, which is what they should be, right? Gungans are fun. They're enjoyable. They're supposed to be comedic relief and humorous. So I'm excited. I won't get them for a while, but I'm excited.
I think one of the things that's particularly interesting. So we saw with Keller and Beck, you mentioned Keller and Beck, the whole push to have a lot of things be protection based in his kit. So with Boss Nass's kit, we're really, I think, only seeing the survivability aspect of the protection in his kit. I have a suspicion, and we're going to get into this in a second, guys. I have a suspicion we might see some of that offense based off of protection that we see in Keller and Beck's kit applied to aspects of the Gungans moving into the future as well. We obviously, like I said, we can't see that in Boss Nass's kit here currently, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if something like that happens. The point you made about the visual aspect of the shield, I think that's a great point. It looks so cool. That animation looks so cool when they build that shield at the very beginning of the battle. I really wish they could keep it there. Is that an animation issue? Is that why would they not keep that? I feel like that looks so neat and it's so iconic. I don't know. CG, why can't we have that? Please let me know.
You can't say it's a budget issue because it's a $1 billion game. You can't say it's a graphics issue because there's games that have come out since then that have better graphics than SWGOH has. So the graphics are definitely capable, and the fact that you put it in there for 5 to 10 seconds means that the graphics are there. They just I think maybe it comes down to I don't know, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I really wish they're obviously not going to change that at this point.
No.
But just moving forward
cool.
into the future, yeah, it'd be nice if they made that more of a permanent thing that was available. That'd be really cool.
Right, and it would be a visual reminder too, right? Instead of just having an icon, because you have so much happening on screen, right? You have so many icons, so many things happening, so many debuffs, buffs, all that kinds of stuff. And so having to look for a singular, icon or whatever to say, okay, this person still has this active, a visual reminder would be, oh, that shield is still there. I can't do anything until I get rid of the shield. Once that shield goes away, now I can do whatever I was trying to do. So there's a visual representation to it as well that I think would be beneficial for it to be kept there long term.
From a satisfaction standpoint too, like imagine you're the attacking faction and you finally get rid of that shield generator, and then to see that shield dissipate from the opposing team, like that would be such a really like a satisfactory moment for me as an attacking player, to be able to actually see that removed from the squad versus when it's just not visible. Like, yeah, that would be so neat, man. Like I said, I know they're not going to change that at this point, but just, I don't know, something down the line, CG, to think about. Like, if you've got the animation there and it's already there and visible, just keep it there. Like, I'm sure it affects animations of attacks and stuff like that, but I don't know. I feel like that's got to be something that could be doable. Let's make that happen, CG, please. Guys, speaking of the Gungans and what the other Gungans are going to do, we're going to go ahead and move into our second topic here, which is the Gungan faction itself. So, in the road ahead, they did drop some information here for us in terms of what the other Gungan characters are going to potentially look like and some aspects of what they will be. One of them being a massive drop that we will talk about more probably in the upcoming future, but we're at least going to go over it a little bit here. So, first and foremost, we obviously know about Boss Nass, guys. We got his kit revealed for us. In the actual road ahead, they did not release his kit right off the bat. They released the kit a little bit after the road ahead, but we know a little bit more about his kit and what he's going to provide, and that's pretty much thickness and survivability, I think, as a whole. Now, the other characters that are going to be coming with the Gungan faction, we've got Captain Tarples. It says he's a decisive attacker that sets up his teammates for success, inflicts sizable damage to the enemies. We'll come back to that in a second. Gungan Boomadir? Am I saying that word right? I hope I am. I don't read well, guys. Versatile attacker that capitalizes on enemy debuffs and ramps damage while using abilities when the shield generator is up. I kind of wonder if this particular character is going to ramp damage based off of debuffs, because it says he capitalizes on debuffs. I wouldn't be shocked if the damage for him is based on debuffs on the opposing faction. Gungan Phalanx is a stout tank that is willing to assist his allies in need and provide coverage with his shield. Maybe, so Ram, we talked about not seeing the shield. Maybe the Gungan Phalanx will have at least his shield up and be permanently visible, hopefully.
It better be.
Yeah.
It better be. Like, so remembering, going back to the Battle of Naboo, right? The scene of it, the Phalanx is the one that has that purple shield, that purple and gold shield that they flick and it lights up, right? So you have that one. The Boomadir is the one that has the boomerang, or it's like you put the boobas in the things and then you twirl it around and then you throw it, right? And
because didn't Jar Jar try to do it and he like hit one of his teammates or something like that?
Well, he hit a tank, and then I think he hit himself in the face.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He hit himself in the face with the sleeve part, not the actual booba part, so it didn't hurt him. But yeah, he's and then Tarples is the darker skin looking one. It's not he doesn't look like Jar Jar. He looks like grayish in skin tone.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about with that one.
Misato die. Whatever.
Yeah, he has like a mustache or something. kinda
Yeah,
going on there.
yeah. I'm a little bit disappointed you haven't read this in Gungan yet.
Oh no. Well, that's because we've been saving the best for last, guys. And that's the 5th member of the Gungans that we've got coming. And that is Jar Jar Binks, guys. Confirmed. He is a new legendary unit. A Gungan support who isn't afraid to inject into the battle and offer his own. How should we say his brand of help confounding the enemy? Since Jar Jar's a legendary unit, you need the other 4 Gungans to unlock him. That's all the more I'm doing. I've already offended half of the viewership. We're not going beyond that. It does say, with him on their side, the Gungans will do great work, cause a bit of chaos, which I am intrigued to see how that's going to play out during the battle for Naboo. Raid, sorry. So be sure to get them up and utilize the shield generator. So, Ram, we kind of got an overview of all of these different characters. First of all, what sticks out to you from this, and which one are you most excited for to come to the game?
Oh, is that even a question? 100% Jar Jar. Jar Jar is one of those characters that fans of this game have been at making fan kits and fan ideas for a long time, right? We've wanted a character like him to come to the game just to cause inner turmoil and bring a variety of things to the game. There's already people that, made kits that, he can instantly defeat the entire team, but at the cost of destroying your team too. Or he just does. You don't know if he's going to help your team or hurt your team. And that's the risk. He can be a great asset, but he can also destroy your potential at getting perfect banners in GAC. I mean, it's just it's a coin flip. So I think it was just something that's most iconic as Jar Jar. I think that's me personally. That's what I'm looking forward to. I think he's going to be a lot of fun to play. Again, don't think I'm going to wail to get him first time or second time, or maybe he's just Bo-Katan and he'll be out in like 4 times in a month. Who knows? We don't know. He might come out before Boss Nass is even farble. We don't know. It's CG.
I know for me personally, yeah, you're not wrong on that. For me personally, I'm Jar Jar is to some degree who I'm most excited about for a specific reason. I think I'm just overall excited for the entire faction because I think there's a lot of cool elements that could come to the game that we haven't seen before. So we mentioned like Keller and Beck's damage based off of protection. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Tarple has that situation going on. Boomadir. It wouldn't shock me at all. Also, here's where I think it could be really cool. So we talked about how the Tarple can do. He's affected by debuffs, okay, or it directly affects his kit. How cool would it be? We talked about in a prior video about how Jar Jar, because of his just chaos everywhere kind of aspect of him from a lore standpoint. How cool would it be if he's inflicting confuse on random enemies? And we talked before about like if he inflicts it on a enemy, he inflicts like 3 stacks of it. But if he inflicts it on an ally, it's like only 1 stack. But how cool would it be if the entire Gungan faction was immune to confuse effects, but some of the characters stack damage based off of confuse stacks. So like you're not actually hurting your faction by confusing your faction, but you're actually improving them. But it still kind of plays into that whole random aspect of what Jar Jar is doing on the battlefield. Like there's not really actually him helping any one particular character or hurting another particular character. Like there's just a total randomness to it, but it could still help the Gungans because of the way the kit works. Like it's just something that's so out of the box, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It seems like it's a lot of cool stuff.
Oh, for sure. And like visually there's so many cool things that they could do with the Gungan faction too. Like one of the things I would love to see is the Bombardier, right? I want to visualize that character sitting in the background and taking, his basic attack is taking a slingshot and just doing that and then throwing it and then it going and arching over into the enemy team and like it exploding on them, kind of like in the movie, right? It exploded and it just like creates a shock effect that it's like an AoE. it creates a shock effect if there's droids on the other side, and it splash damage.
Oh yeah, shock. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like visually, I think they have so many cool things they could do with this faction. It's definitely a well requested faction that I'm glad that they're bringing out.
The other thing you just pointed out with the whole animation for him, so that's a lot like Princess Nisa. And if this is a thick team that's hard to kill, that's a long animation. I know people don't love that, but that's another element that could lead towards like timeouts against a faction like this that's very defensive oriented, having that animation that's slow. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a lot of cool stuff. I know that there's a big argument that, you know, kits aren't content. But for me, it is, like, especially when it's something like this, when it's like a brand new faction, lots of new mechanics. I do get really excited for this. I think it's going to have a lot of pretty cool opportunities for it in the game. Guys, let us know in the comments, what are your thoughts on the Gungan faction? Are you excited for them? If you are excited for them, who are you most looking forward to and why? I'd love to see what you guys think is going to happen with this faction, kind of like we speculated with all of the different theory crafting and stuff like that can come to this kind of faction here that we've got here, guys. Super intrigued to see what your thoughts are. With that,
I have another character I'm really excited to see come to the faction.
What's that?
Right, Shaka Binks.
No one wants that. No one wants that.
Let us know down in the comments below. Do you want to see Shaka Binks? Do you want to hear more of Shaka Binks?
No, it's terrible. It's terrible. We might have audio issues if we have more Shaka Binks in the house, guys.
Epic rap battles between Shaka Binks and Emperor Shalkatine.
Oh, well, we know who's going to win that. That's not even close. Emperor Shalkatine's terrible. Anyway, guys, moving on.
Derailed.
Yeah, derailed. Before we move on, with all the derailing that we've got going on, before we move on to Master of Memes here, guys, real quick, little announcement. So, one, for those of you that are unaware, we did announce this over on a post over on YouTube. But in case you didn't see that post, guys, we are officially at the watch time required to be monetized here on YouTube. But we have over half of you watching these videos and are not subscribed. And I am just short of being monetized, guys, being a YouTube partner, because I don't quite have those subscribers. So if you are one of those people that are out there right now watching this content and you guys enjoy this content, please, for the love of Jar Jar Binks, guys, please make sure you guys are liking and at minimum subscribing, guys, to this content so that A, you can help brother out, and B, more importantly, you can get more of this content on the regular because you guys like it and you watch it. So that'd be great. Now, with that being said, Ram, we're going to go ahead and move things over to our Master of Memes, guys. For those of you that don't know, we do a Master of Memes competition every week over on Twitch. We do the actual vote over there, and we then have a winner as a result of that. We also shout them out over on Discord, and then we also, of course, shout them out and show them off here in YouTube on Rogue Actions. We'll get over to how to do that in a moment here, guys. But this week, our Master of Memes matchup, we've got, hey, are you going to sleep? Yes. Now, please shut up. Shouldn't British websites use biscuits? Versus, we have you 5-1. And I have to do a Wampa accent, guys. I was told I have to do the Wampa accent. And Wampa is a female, so I have to do the female version of the Wampa accent, to be clear. I did the male one first. Sorry, I misgendered Wampa. Here we go, ready? Hello, guys! To translate, in case you don't speak Wampa, she said, I like those odds. That was Karen, for those of you that don't know Karen. Now, Ram, of our two memes that we just had, British biscuits versus Wampa odds, which one did you like better and do you think should win the Master of Memes for this week?
You want to know why people aren't following your channel? It's because of these accents. That was scary.
I had to do the arm motions with it too. I don't know why. I have to get
What
in
was
character.
that?
I don't know. It was Karen.
Okay, so even before the animation, or the imitation, or whatever you would like to call that, even before that, I have to go with the we have you 5-1. I like those odds because I mean Wampa Solo is just, it's so much fun to use when you take out a full Iden team with Wampa. It's awesome. I feel like the other one is just, it's probably from Jammy, and I mean, I get it because, you know, Americans use cookies and British like biscuits, so I get it, but it's not better than Wampa. And then the imitation just one-ups it, so I have to go with the Wampa.
So I'm with you there. Fun fact: the British biscuits is actually not from Jam. I feel like Jam would actually be mad about that one because it's an insult to what their biscuits are.
Maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, I got to go with the Wampa one far and away. So it makes a connection to the Mandalorian, which makes it even better. Despite how terrible my impersonation of Karen might have been.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's still far and away the better one in my opinion. And the winner, guys, so obviously what we vote on is not necessarily the winner. You, the people, voted on this one. The winner was, of course, Karen, guys. It was the Wampa odds, guys. Shout out to Russ Cooks. Russ Cooks is our new master of memes, guys. Over there on Discord /Twitch /YouTube. I'm sure you all know him because he's super duper famous over on YouTube. If you don't know, you gotta check it out. But Russ, congrats on the win, sir. Well done, man. Ram, are you glad that this was the winner?
I'm just glad that I don't have to hear that impression again.
You never know.
That was truly shocking.
Maybe Wampa memes are going to become popular now because of that impersonation.
Oh, God.
Guys, let us know in the comments down below. Did you think that was the best meme? Do you think that should have been crowned master of memes? Do you think you have a better meme? If you do, get over to Discord, guys. You can check out Discord. We got the link for that down below. And you can drop your meme that you think should win into our Master of Memes channel over on Discord. And we will get you involved in the process and maybe shout you guys out here on YouTube /Twitch /Discord as well for your amazing memes. Ram, any final words before we call it a day, sir?
Let us know what your worst favorite impression was. Was it Gungan or was it Wampa? There's a lot to digest here.
There really is. Guys, whether you liked Wampa or Jar Jar the best, doesn't matter. What does matter is that you guys like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to this video as well as Ram's video, guys. Make sure you get over there, give him some love as well. Last but not least, guys, if you liked today's video, make sure you continue your epic SWGOH journey by checking out the next video. See you guys.